Muzzle Broke channel. We got three pretty random guns out on the table today, but guns, their common theme is that I have not done a 1,000-round range review on them yet, so we'll be talking about these today. We do have some pretty cool builds out today, so it's going to be fun. We're hanging out, we're chilling per our usual arrangement. For the AI chat moderators, there are no firearm sales on the channel. There's no touching of firearms. There's no transportation of firearms. There's no loaded firearms. Everything is pointed in a safe direction, is unloaded. So nice and safe for the AI chat moderators. For everybody else, welcome. I appreciate you being here. Today we got the Marlin Dark Series on the right-hand side of the table. This guy is chambered in 4570. We do have some aftermarket stuff on this, which we'll talk about as well. Mainly featuring some pretty cool Midwest Industries kind of tactical lever action furniture, which I'm a really big fan of. Death Films, what's up, man? We got the XF Pro by Fusion Firearms, basically a really cool upgraded Glock 19. Then we have the Delta Team Tactical AR parts kit that I kind of threw together. Lots of random knickknacks and gadgets on this as well, which we'll talk about. Most notably, the kind of G36 rail at home that everyone loves to comment on and tell me how their thoughts are on it. But yeah, man, I guess we'll start with the Marlin Dark Series, just kind of overarching themes of the build. We obviously have new stock and a new fore-end on this. Tactical lever action supplies from Midwest Industries came with the stock and the quiver, which is pretty cool. Got some side saddle round holders as well. Rocking an Emissary Development Handbrake X and a Griffin Armament muzzle device because we can suppress this bad boy with our Bushwhacker 46 suppressor, the short bus AR. Oh yeah. We did end up taking the suppressor cover situation off of this just because it was a little bit, the bus was a little too short. Honestly, it could be a very practical AR if I just ripped the rail off and then threw the LPVO on and, you know, we'd have ourselves a day. But I guess since we're talking about it, we are rocking a B5 system stock, a Thrill pistol grip, which I'm actually a pretty big fan of this pistol grip. Right on LPVO, the MCS G36 rail. We got a Grove Tech rail wrap, Magpul vertical grip, and a Griffin Armament muzzle device on this bad boy. My biggest complaint with this AR, and I really just need to replace this piece, is just this trigger guard piece. I hate it. This trigger guard, this flat one, really drives me nuts. Whenever an AR comes with that, I get very sad inside. It hurts my feelings. If you guys could do me a huge favor and subscribe to the Muzzle Broke channel, helps me out an absolute ton. The only gun we have yet to talk about is going to be the Fusion FX Pro. We do have a 1,000-round range review out on the Fusion Firearms XP Pro, kind of the 2011 that takes Glock mags, out on the channel. It did very well. It didn't jam. It performed pretty well. I'm not a big fan of the grip on that gun, but aside from the grip on the XP Pro, a pretty good firearm. I would say, I don't know, doesn't shoot as nice as the 20, like a real 2011, I guess you would say, but it is a very, very small fraction of the cost, which is pretty cool. What's the lever gun? This is going to be the Marlin Dark Series. This gun is chambered in 4570. We're rocking some Midwest Industry tactical lever action furniture. I also did a little paracord wrap of the lever, which is pretty cool. Added the Emissary Development Handbrake X. I think it just looked pretty cool on this build. We do have a flashlight, PowerTac flashlight on this bad boy, and then we are rocking a muzzle device on this so we can suppress it. I have yet to do a significant range review of this gun, but it's going to be a cool one. I just have had other projects come up. So the Midwest Industries tactical lever action is pretty dope. I'm a big fan of the vibe for sure. Obviously not the world's most practical gun, especially given the cost. It's insane. The cost of the Dark Series was like over 2K, which is absurd. And then you throw in the cost of 4570 ammo, which is also ridiculous. And then you add in the cost of the tactical lever action stuff, which is also super ridiculous. So, you know, whatever, is what it is. 350 Legend. Nope. We got the 4570. We got the 9mm XF Pro by Fusion Firearms. And then we also have the 556 Delta Team Tactical AR. We are running a super safety in this bad boy, so that's kind of cool. It'll be fun when we get her taken to the range. So yeah, man. If you guys are just stopping by, welcome to the Muzzle Broke channel. I appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like the stream. I think that helps us out an absolute ton. Recently, my videos have been getting absolutely cock-blocked by YouTube. It's absolutely insane. I dropped a video like 2 hours ago and it has 30 views. I'm not really quite sure what the fuck is going on with that. So a little irritated about that, if you couldn't tell. But that's okay, because we're here hanging out on the live stream today. Desk pop, nah, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, we did drop the 1,000-round range review for the MD63 by Gun Geeks. That was pretty cool. Actually was texting the owner of that company a little bit ago to hopefully get another one of their guns out on the channel. So hopefully that'll be dope. Ruby asks, do you have any other guns? we have so many other guns. To the point where I was kind of having a conversation with my dad, and he was like, man, you gotta like start getting rid of these. And I was like, yeah, I probably do. Were you in the Army? No, I was not, but I guess there's always a chance in the future. I don't think I'm too old yet, so who knows? I'm getting real bored at my 9 to 5, so I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, the Marlin Dark Series, chambered at 4570, very cool, vibey build. The tactical lever action stuff is always a lot of fun. Just not necessarily very practical. I'm a big fan of the Mad Pig Customs ones that they have. I really would like to buy one of their levers, but they do not have them as an option, so kind of annoying. What's the capacity on the Fusion? So this is kind of based off of the Glock 19, so this does have a 15+1 round capacity. Now, of course, you could throw a Glock 17 mag or whatever the hell you wanted in this. It would just kind of stick out. For the range review, I am more likely than not going to be running Glock 17 mags because I have 8 billion thousand Glock 17 mags, and I only have like 2 Glock 19 mags. Hectic, what's up, man? You went live as soon as I was going to take a shower. I apologize for that. BRB, though. Yeah, no worries, big dog. But yeah, man, the Delta Team Tactical AR is pretty cool. I had some pieces, parts laying around, so it was kind of fun to throw all those together. I wish I had a better gun to, throw the MCS rail on, but it's just going to stay on this for now. I obviously would like to move this rail a little bit further back, but we don't have the rail real estate. As you can see, it kind of tapers off into Picatinny up top, which is kind of annoying. Do you have an extended mag for what? We have some, yeah. A lot of the times the extended mag stuff doesn't really work as reliably as some of the other magazines, but that's not always the case. Some guns like different mags, some guns like different ammo. It's kind of annoying. Whenever I have a gun that I have to play that game with, it does really irritate me. But you know what doesn't irritate me is subscribing to the Muzzlebroke channel. It helps me out an absolute ton. I spend a lot of time and energy and cash flow on the channel, so it really helps me out when you guys subscribe. If you like my content, it helps me out quite a bit. Today we got the Marlin Dark Series out, chambered in 4570. This build is pretty cool. I'm a big fan of the tactical lever action furniture from Midwest Industries. The only other company that makes tactical lever action furniture to this degree is going to be, what's the name of the company? Someone help me. Ranger Point Precision. Why did I work with Midwest over Ranger Point Precision? Well, number one, Ranger Point Precision wouldn't give me anything. So that's a big red flag right off the rip. But no, I think the Midwest Industry stuff does look cleaner, I will say. Not that the Ranger Point Precision stuff is not good, but I have read some articles, well, I guess some Reddit posts, if you want to call that an article, that people weren't really enjoying their Ranger Point Precision stuff. I don't really know why, but that's just kind of what I've heard. Word on the street. That Country Girl 17 says hello, hi. Ranger Point, have you played Ready or Not? No, I was playing the new Call of Duty, and then I wanted to claw my eyes out, and so I switched to doing a Muzzlebroke live stream. So yeah, we got the Marlin Dark Series in 4570. These 4570 rounds are incredibly large and also incredibly expensive, which kind of blows. What are your thoughts on the Henry Supreme? I have never shot it. I think it's a cool gun. I don't have any personal experience with it, unfortunately. We did our 2 guns from Daria finally shipped out today, so we will have 2 new guns on the Muzzlebroke channel, hopefully within the next week or so, which will be pretty cool. One's a handgun, one's a 22 AR, so that'd be pretty dope. I eat elk liver, very cool. Big fan of elk meat. It's actually really good. On the left, we have the Delta Team Tactical AR, of course, that I've kind of put a bunch of random stuff on. We do have a super safety in this bad boy, which is going to make the range review a lot of fun. I haven't done the range review for all three of these guns yet. Because, well, number one, the Marlin Dark Series I got myself, so I don't really owe Marlin a range review, quite honestly. And it would be incredibly expensive to do 1,000 rounds of 45-70. For the Fusion Pro, or excuse me, the Fusion Firearms XF Pro, I did the 1,000 round range review for the Fusion Firearms XP Pro. I did a buttload of content for Fusion Firearms. And I emailed them with the content, and they ghosted my email. And they have proceeded to ghost every form of contact that I've reached out to them and tried to communicate with them. So I don't really think I owe them another range review. We're going to do it, of course, but some other projects are going to take priority. I probably shouldn't be being this sassy out on the live stream today, but I don't really fucking care anymore. It is what it is, Sorry, guys. But hey, if you were just stopping by, please subscribe to the Muzzle Bro channel. I promise I'm not usually this grumpy, but that's okay. We're in the middle of a week. We got a Tuesday night live stream. The week is nowhere near over, but we're trying to make it go a little bit faster with some gun chit-chat. My biggest complaints about the Delta Team Tactical AR is basically that it is a pretty standard AR in a sense that I had to kind of upgrade absolutely everything. And the parts that I didn't upgrade are kind of bad. I'm not really a big fan of the regular A2 charging handle. I am not a big fan at all of the trigger guard on this. It really digs into my middle finger, so not a big fan of that. So I guess I actually should be asking you guys, what is your preferred AR-15 trigger guard? Because I actually need two. I need one for this one, and I do need another AR-15 trigger guard for the Baker Rifle MFG AR. Again, nothing's wrong with these standard flat ones. I personally just don't super enjoy them. Elk burgers are killer. I like that gun. Venison tacos. Venison is also a good meat. Good for close quarters. Is reliable and adaptable. Brianna, what's up? How does an LPVO work? Kind of like a dot, but you can increase the magnification. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the eye relief issues with LPVOs. I much prefer just red dots and using it as a magnifier. What did you get George Floyd for Christmas? Narcan. Is it a 45? So the Fusion XF Pro is going to be a 9mm. It's basically based off of a Glock 19. The Delta Team Tactical is a 5.56 223 AR. And the Marlin Dark Series that we have here today is chambered in 45-70. If you guys are just stopping by, welcome to the Muzzle Bro channel. I appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a ton. Based. Can you put a Glock with extendo mags? Yeah, we definitely have some Glocks, and we definitely have some extended mags. YouTube typically doesn't like extended mags, but then again, YouTube typically hates all of this type of content, which is great. It's so great for my brand, 69 says hi. Hey, what's up? But yeah, to go over the Delta Team Tactical AR build, I think it's worth kind of talking about a little bit. Starting up front, we do just have a Griffin Armament muzzle device. I do have a Griffin Armament suppressor that I use quite frequently. That's kind of a taper mount to this muzzle device, which is pretty cool. The most starking feature is probably this G36 style rail. This is from MCS, on top of which we have the Right-On Optics LPVO. Running a GroveTech rail wrap because I thought it looked cool. And a Magpul vertical grip because why the hell not? Having a Men 2 magazine on this bad boy, a Thrill pistol grip. We have a Super Safety in this guy and a B5 Systems stock. So that is just about everything that is on this AR build. Just say everything is 29 rounds. Yeah, it's a good strategy. Hi, prepper. I don't know if I'm really a prepper. I don't even have enough food to feed myself through the rest of the week. So it is what it is. I guess I will go over the build for the Fusion Firearms XF Pro. We do have a Siley Wolf Pro. Lots of pros. I hate when companies give shits retarded names like that. Anyways, the Siley Wolf X Pro is the name of the optic. It's fine. It works fine. It's a red dot. I don't know what else to say. The flashlight we have is the Mark Mini Illuminator from PowerTac. I actually run a buttload of PowerTac flashlights because they're actually pretty inexpensive and they actually work very well. So I know they're not a name brand, but you know, it is what it is. Everyone's gonna say, well, with that flashlight, you're not gonna be able to get a holster. Don't care. Don't plan on carrying this gun. And I would probably have an issue finding a holster anyway, so I don't really care. What is that carry handle? It's gonna be the MCS G36 rail that we flopped on this AR build here. Do you always keep a gun in your car? Yeah, more often than not, I try to. So yeah, man, 3 guns out on the channel today that do not have a 1,000-round range of view for them. I think yesterday we had 3 guns out that did have 1,000-round range of view. So just switching it up a little bit. What's the Muzzle Bro channel for those of you who are super brand new? We do some live streams, talk about some guns and builds and whatever the heck we want. We do lots of short form videos with shooting and, you know, talking about different topics and builds and optics and suppressors and new guns and all that good stuff. And then we, of course, do some pretty extensive 1,000-round range reviews where we go to the range and shoot the absolute hell out of these guns and do different sorts of drills and testing. And I kind of just give you my overall thoughts and if something's worth it or if something's not worth it or what it would be used for, that sort of thing. So we try and cover a little bit of everything here on the Muzzle Bro channel. So I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the Muzzle Bro channel. And liking this stream, of course, helps me out an absolute ton as well. Do you airsoft? Nah, I don't. Then they don't have no green laser on the 9mm. No green laser on this one, just flashlight and a red dot. But yeah, man. The other Fusion Firearms gun we have is the Fusion Firearms XF Pro, which is kind of like the fake 2011 that takes Glock mags. It does actually shoot pretty well. I was a fan of that one, but I was not a fan of the grip. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should add just like a bunch of like grip tape or something to it just to beef it up a little bit. It's kind of got like a really weird angle, skinny Glock-ish style grip. And I'm actually a pretty big fan of like the Glock 17 grip. I know it's a Glock grip. You got to angle your wrists a little bit forward, but that kind of is what it is. The XF Pro does shoot very well. It comes with ports in the barrel. Oh my God, I got to show you guys the ports on the XF here. I'm going to switch to a different side of the couch. It's kind of hard to see, but this gun has some pretty enormous ports. Like all those, like those are 1, 2, 3, 4 pretty darn big ports in the XF Pro there by Fusion Firearms. Gavin, he's back. What's up, man? For those of you who aren't subscribed to the Muzzle Bro channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It helps me out. And then you get to see all my awesome content. If you don't subscribe and you're just scrolling around, you will never find me again. So please subscribe so you can find me and we can hang out and talk about gun stuff and you can see 1,000-round range reviews and, you know. Oh, hey, how are you liking the XF? I haven't really shot this extensively yet. There's things that I like and there's things that I don't like. First impression wise, I'm not a big fan of the grip angle. It's got a really, like you can kind of see it's like kind of a glocky angle grip, but with like this weird cutout here. I don't know. It doesn't really fit my hand the best. It does have an upgraded trigger, but what I've found, I guess I can't really like show you this, but you know how like it has the trigger safety? If you don't have your finger placed like perfectly, the trigger safety won't engage. So like there have been times like just like dry firing, I'll like draw and try and shoot. And then like the trigger's not going because my finger is just out of the proper location to hit the trigger safety. And I've never had that issue on any other handgun in my entire life where I wasn't pushing down the trigger safety the whole way. So that's the biggest weird thing about this one so far. But that lever action is a heck of a hog gun. Oh yeah. And with I don't have the suppressor on, of course, but you can suppress this guy. Does come with threaded barrel. We do have a Griffin armament muzzle device on this, so we are suppressing it when we shoot it, and it's a ton of fun. We also have the Delta Team Tactical AR build with the G36 rail on top, super safety, also able to suppress this bad boy. I'm sure my Griffin armament suppressor is like basically dead at this point. What's the AR you got there to the left? Yeah, so it's a Delta Team Tactical AR, which is like pretty much a stock AR build, but I threw a bunch of stuff on it. Crazy ass rail. Go back to that. I got to show my girlfriend. Yeah, it's the G36 rail. Looks pretty cool. It's fun. I hate just getting another boring AR, which, you know, quite honestly, this was. So I was like, we'll add the rail. We added a super safety. We threw on a suppressor muzzle device. vertical foregrip, change the pistol grip, change the stock, you know, all that good stuff. Nah, that's super cool, man. Yeah, man. Well, I'm glad you enjoy. I am annoyed I can't move the rail back like 2 inches because there's no, it doesn't have Picatinny up top where I need it on this handguard, but you know, it is what it is. No worries. If you guys are just stopping by, please subscribe to the Muzzle Broke channel. Helps me out an absolute ton. Please like the stream. I think it gives us more friends, which is pretty cool. This week on the Muzzle Broke channel, we dropped the 1,000-round range review for the Gun Geeks MD63, which is a really awesome AK. So if you guys are kind of fans of AKs like myself, or even if you just want something to watch, it's a 15-minute video. It's pretty cool. We did some drills with the bayonet, stuff like that. It's always a good time at the 1,000-round range reviews. I try and keep them interesting and fun and informative. I try and hit everything that I can for you guys. We have 2 new guns that got shipped out to the channel today. Both are from Daria, the makers of that DY12 shotgun that you may or may not have seen on the channel. I did a really awesome camo spray paint job on that with some spray paint stuff from Rattler Innovations. But we have a pistol and we have a 22 AR coming from Daria. I need to kind of get myself more well-versed on the pistol, but it does have some gold-plated accents. So it's aesthetically going to be a pretty vibey piece for sure. I'm not quite sure what it's based off of. What is this? Someone just emailed me. Anyways, but yeah, man, I'm trying to remember what the name of that pistol is. Like, I just can't for the life of me remember. But it'll be on the channel hopefully within the next week. They shipped out today, and then we'll go pick them up at the FFL, and then probably put them on the live stream like same day. Because I do really enjoy, you know, kind of spoiling some content with the live streams, because it's just what we do here on the Muzzle Broke channel. Typically, the live streams get all of the updated information because the live streams are, as the name would imply, live. A lot of the times, the content that I post is like recorded and then edited and then filmed and then posted, and like you never really know when it's going to post. So a lot of the times, like, so obviously this gun is fully built out, right? Like tomorrow a video will drop, be like, let's unbox the Delta Team Tat, and you're like, wait, like what? I thought it was done. So things kind of like drop out of order, but you know, it spices it up. It keeps it fun. It keeps you on your toes. Today we got out the Delta Team Tactical AR with a bunch of gizmos and gadgets that I've added. A pretty fun, although not yet incredibly practical AR build. We have the Fusion Firearms XF Pro, a Glock 19 style striker fire gun. That's pretty cool. And then we, of course, have the beautiful Marlin Dark Series chambered in 4570. This one does have some pretty awesome tactical lever action upgrades from Midwest Industries. And if you guys are just stopping by, welcome to the Muzzle Broke channel, and please subscribe to the Muzzle Broke channel. I really would appreciate it. For my XF, I need a suggestion for the barrel swap. Should I go with a ported comp or a thread? For this gun, I think the ports make the most sense. Because it is kind of like a small, you know, compact style gun that you would, you know, store in a smaller location. Like whether you're, I don't know, throwing it in a glove box or concealed carrying this or having as like a small, like little backpack pistol, it makes sense to keep it pretty small and compact. So I would probably keep the ports, personally. I don't think I would really suppress this, so I wouldn't probably rock a threaded barrel. Threaded barrel and compensator is always fine, but every time you add a comp, you're introducing some reliability questions, and you may have to change out recoil springs, and that's just a pain in the ass. No one wants to do that. Alex OG says, the G36 looks so cool. Thanks for showing us, Muzzle Broke. I really appreciate you. Thanks, Gavin, or Alex, whatever your name is. But yeah, man, the G36 is very, it's interesting looking, right? Gives me something to do. Scratches that itch for a weird little build. I have 8,000,000,000 regular ARs that are more practically set up. So I wanted to make one that, you know, necessarily wasn't the most practical to set up. And that's okay, because I had fun doing it. That's all that matters. Eric says, hey, what's up, man? But yeah, the G36 at home, safely strapped, hello. The XF Pro and the Marlin Dark Series. I probably shouldn't have gotten this gun in 4570. Not that 4570 is a bad round, but it is a very expensive round, which is, you know, not the most fun. Safely strapped, sent a happy poop. Thank you. I appreciate that. Happy poop. Safely strapped. He keeps sending them. Good. Give me that. Brendan says hi. What's up, man? Gamer. Yo, muzzle broke. What's up? Not too much, man. Just chilling. We're hanging out with an AR, a pistol, lever action gun today. We do not have 1,000 round range reviews on any of these guns yet on the channel, but they are going to be upcoming. Do a 1,000 round range review on the Marlin, Rods and Guns says. I really need to. It's just the rounds, brother. They're so expensive. It hurts. It hurts. But we're probably going to be, I actually have no idea what I'm going to do next. Probably the, what is it called? Oh my God, bro, my brain is. By the way, what are your thoughts on Mepro Light? I have no experience with them, quite honestly. But yeah, man, our next 1,000 round range review, that drops, is going to be the Krebs Customs M23 of 5.56 AK. That one's going to be pretty cool. I have the range footage filmed. I just haven't yet filmed the talking portion. But I will do that hopefully tomorrow. I think Ballerina's coming over after work, but I think I will have just enough time to film it before she gets home. And then I'll edit it while I'm supposed to be working at my big boy job. Is that 5.56? Yeah, man. This is just a regular old AR-15 that we added this G36 rail to, and some other upgrades and stuff too. If you guys are just stopping by, please subscribe to the Muzzle Bro channel. It helps me out an absolute ton, and I would really appreciate it. Have you ever thought about opening up a Discord server or something like that? We actually have a Discord here at the Muzzle Bro channel. I don't typically use it, and that's my fault. What's the specs with the Glock clone? So basically based off of a Glock 19, has 15 round capacity. It's got an upgraded trigger, a ton of ports in the barrel. It's got a really shitty glocky grip angle that's really skinny that I can't really get my hand around very well. The upgraded trigger is really good, but for some reason my finger doesn't press in the safety. My finger doesn't press in the trigger safety very well. I don't know why. I've never had that problem in my life, but I'll go to draw and shoot the gun and it won't shoot because my finger is not depressing the trigger safety. So a very odd find with this one. I haven't really done an extensive range review on this, but I'm scared that that's going to be an absolute problem. Why so Zyro? What's up, man? But yes, it is chambered in 9mm. The AR build is going to be chambered in 5.56, and the Marlin Dark Series is going to be chambered in 45.70. We just dropped a short a couple hours ago on the channel of me shooting the 16-inch barrel Glock. So that's a cool one. If you want to see me having some fun with the 16-inch barrel Glock, you go check that out. It's live on the Muzzle Bro channel. EDC, new to the channel. Well, I appreciate you being here, Hezzy. What is my everyday carry? I typically am rocking the 6-hour P365 AXG Legion. I know, it's a 6-hour. I also carry my Glock 17 Gen 3 pretty consistently. So usually one of those two guns. I have been rotating the Canik Mate MC9 Prime into the mix because it's pretty good. Out of your AK collection, what is your least favorite AK? It's an awesome question. Let me think about that. My least favorite AK. Probably my Palmetto State Armory GF4. Excuse me. That is the AK that I had Cerakoted. It's a really cool Cerakote job. I have a really cool Barwar US, Barwaris, whatever the hell, rail on it. That's pretty cool. It's a dope gun. It's probably my least favorite. I actually have a bump stock for it, so I might be throwing that on soon. Maybe it'll be cool. I wonder if that's due to the rear cut allowing your figure. We're talking about this trigger safety kind of sucking. I wonder if that's due to the rear cut out allowing your finger to curve around the trigger more and you're finding the trigger in the crease. Yeah, I mean, probably. That's a very educated way of saying I just suck. But yeah, man, it is an upgraded trigger and it's a nice trigger, but I don't know. The trigger safety doesn't really look that much bigger or smaller, maybe a little bit smaller, but for some reason, when I'm moving really fast, obviously if I'm paying attention, right? Like if I have it in my head, like, hey, I really need to make sure why can't I speak? I really need to make sure my finger is on the trigger safety. Like I can pull it. Like it's not like it doesn't go. But if I'm just like doing really quick, like draw, quick fire, you know, like quick draw, dry fire drills, I would say like 50% of the time, I'm not on that trigger safety. My girlfriend has a P365X Micro. It's too tiny for my hands. Yeah. Dang it. I was way back in the stream. Sorry, Zyro. Hey, if you guys are just stopping by, welcome to the Muzzle Broke channel. Please subscribe to the Muzzle Broke channel. It helps me out an absolute ton. We have lots of awesome guns. We have lots of awesome live streams. We have lots of awesome shorts. We have lots of awesome 1,000-round range reviews. The Muzzle Broke 1,000-round range reviews, you take a shot every time I say incredible, and you will be fucked up by the end of the video. I'm about to film the Krebs Customs M23 1,000-round range review, and my goal is not to say the word incredible once. We'll see if I can stick with that. Noel Gomez says hi. Adam Lopez. Who knows? Could be any of them. Today we got out the Marlin Dark Series chambered in 4570. We are rocking a Midwest Industries tactical lever action stock with the side saddle for the rounds. I did a little homemade little paracord braid for the lever to make it a little bit more comfortable. And we have the Midwest Industries rail with the iron sights, a PowerTac Huntsman flashlight on this bad boy, the Emissary Development Handbrake X, Griffin armament muzzle device so that we can suppress this bad boy. So pretty cool lever build. That's an incredible game. Yeah, you would be blasted. I guess it's not bad, but I don't know. I need more adjectives. Thoughts on Arsenal AKs? I don't really have too many thoughts on them. I've shot them. They shoot well. I don't have any extensive, like, I've never done like a burn down of an Arsenal AK. So I can't really say, say anything too bad or good one way or another. I have a Glock 19X. I want a more compact gun. I was thinking about the Reflex XL. Have you shot one? I have not. The smallest gun that I like is the Canik Mate MC9 Prime. And I actually really do recommend that gun. That was actually, I think, the very first 1,000-round range review I ever did on the channel is the Canik Mate MC9 Prime. But it's a very small, I almost said incredibly, it's an incredibly small gun, 17 plus 1 round capacity. It's got some good tri-ports, really good trigger on it too, and still very lightweight and still very small and concealable, and you don't sacrifice capacity. So I'm a big fan of that one. But the Glock 19X is like solid. Like I love the Glock 19X. Do you think trying to make a Sega or Vepr build will be worth it in 2025? I mean, if it's your thing, brother, it's your thing. So it's kind of like, is it worth it to you? You know, I have a PPSH 41 being built right now. Is it worth it to build? I mean, probably not, but like it's my thing and I enjoy it. So I am now in the present moment. Awesome AK range review, bro. I liked how you kept the getting burned part in. Good. Zyro, I'm glad one person noticed that, and I'm glad it was you, brother. Yeah, I was in there, and it was very like, I'm fucking leaving it. I'm leaving it in. Like, I like to, it's kind of fun for me to add those, to keep those little moments in the range review, so it's just not so, I don't know. I don't want to use the word rehearsed, but it's not so like serious all the time, right? My favorite AK is the Galil. It's a very awesome gun. Also has an integrated bottle opener for soda. Love it. Fear Not Farm. What's that one on the left? This is going to be a Delta Team Tactical AR. I have a BCM stock on this, Thrill Pistol Grip, a Hoffman Tactical Super Safety, a Men 2 Mag. I'm getting in trouble, question mark. The MCS the MCS Rail, right-on optics, LPVO, Grove Tech Rail Wrap, a Magpul Vertical Grip, Griffin Armament muzzle device. Woo! All right, can you guys hear me now? Or am I still muted? Can someone confirm? Sorry, guys. It's like no audio. God damn it. Why is there no audio? You're muted. I'm not muted. Works now. Okay. Fuck. Anyways, you're good now. Okay, sweet. Hear you. Thanks, guys. Sorry about that. I got a phone call, actually from Baker Rifle MFG. So he wants to chat with me. So I'm going to call him after the stream. But anyways, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, height over bore. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't care. It's fun. It's the MCS G36 rail. I kept seeing this on Instagram. People were using it on their like bullpups, and it looked really cool. And I don't really have a bullpup to use it on, which is kind of sad. But figured I'd throw it on this AR. How much money is on the AR? Probably not that much, quite honestly. There's a super safety, upgraded stock, upgraded pistol grip. The optics kind of costly. The muzzle device, I mean, not a ton. Bro sounds like JD Vance. I get that I sound like a lot of people all the time, but I don't really think I sound like any of them. But, it is what it is. Hey, if you guys are just stopping by, please subscribe to the Muzzle Bro channel. I really would appreciate it. Are the optics separate? Typically, optics don't really come with anything. You're lucky for an AR if you get some irons. But yeah, the optic is just sitting on top of the rail. So I could very easily take the rail off and just put the optic directly on the upper of the gun. Are the optics separate? Yes, I just read that. Sorry. Every shoot, Henry lever actions. I also got an RMR. Excited to try it. The range is solid, or the RMR is solid. Like some Henry actions. This is going to be a 1 to 10? 1 to 10 LPVO, I believe. It's pretty cool. I don't remember if it's first or second focal plane. I'd have to dive deep into the bowels of my memory to try and elicit that. That's the 300 Blackout. No, this one's 5.56, brother. The 300 Blackout AR has the kind of integral suppressor style. Range on the optics, question mark? I mean, the range on the optics is going to be whatever range on the gun. I typically don't shoot past like 200, 300 yards, so I don't really care about range. How is the eye relief with the riser? Oh, it sucks. It's pretty bad. You got to get pretty high up on it, and it's got to be like very close to your face, which I hate. I've heard 300 Blackout in many songs, but what is that? So 300 Blackout is just it's like a 30 caliber 5.56. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's fun to shoot. It just is a little bit pricey, but it is what it is. If you guys are just stopping by, welcome to the Muzzle Broke channel. I appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to the Muzzle Broke channel. It would help me out an absolute ton. We have lots of awesome content consistently on the Muzzle Broke channel. I am typically posting at least one video a day. So if you guys subscribe and watch my videos and comment on them, it helps me out a ton. Do you have a can? I think I have 4 or 5 suppressors. Plenty of suppressors here on the channel. So yeah, we do 1,000 round range reviews of suppressors every once in a blue moon. Hey guys, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you stopping by. I will see you guys on tomorrow night's live stream. But go ahead and watch my videos and comment on them. It helps me out a ton. Tell your buddies I love you all to death. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you all next time.